What's up, family? Trier here, and on this channel we cover everything from what's going on around the world, in the economy, as well as in politics that you need to know on a daily basis. So if you could, considering subscribing today to the channel, and if you enjoy today's content, then be sure to hit the like button for us. I would appreciate it. Let's jump into the video. Well, guys, it's happening again. It is happening again. The IRS told us that they are going to be using some of the money from the government spending in the previous bill that was passed late last year, saying that they were going to go after the wealthy people, the millionaires, guys, the people that continue not paying their fair share, as well as avoiding paying their taxes. But anyways, guys, we are seeing some different information that is transpiring over the latest few months. And the first thing that we saw previously was the IRS has told us that they were introducing a new $600 rule that was going to apply to anyone that received $600 or more on those payment apps such as PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and things like that. So it begs the question, is the IRS really going after the wealthy and the millionaires, or are they going after our low income families as well as our middle class individuals? I mean, come on now. You are worried about the individuals that make $600 or more on these payment apps? Yes, guys, it says right here that the IRS reminds Americans earning over $600 on PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App transactions to make sure that they do report their earnings. Now, guys, this is basically where it all begins. It started off with this new $600 rule. But again, as of today, this particular IRS continues to transpire into other avenues as well. We recently saw where the U.S. government has decided to give billions of dollars to the IRS so that they can hire 87,000 new IRS agents. And yes, guys, they told the American people that these new agents, they won't be for low-income families. They won't be for middle-class families. They are strictly for targeting the rich individuals, the wealthy individuals, the ones that continue to avoid paying their fair share. However, we have some updated information to share with you today. Now, according to this article, guys, it looks like these new IRS agents are now coming after our waitresses at restaurants, saying that, look, you guys need to make sure that you are putting the right amount of tips on your tax return, because we need to make sure you pay your fair taxes. Again, guys, you can see right here that it says that if you work in the service industry and rely on tips, a recent claim on social media may have you a little bit alarmed. It says that Mike, which is the director of tax policy at the conservative advocacy group Americans for Tax Reform, tweeted a message on February the 7th saying that those 87,000 new IRS agents that you were promised would only target the rich people, they're coming after waitresses' tips now. Yes, monitoring of employer compliance based on actual annual tip revenue, as well as charge tip data from an employer's point of sale system. Yes, guys, the screenshot in his particular tweet also that was posted on Instagram, which was flagged as part of Facebook's efforts to combat false news or misinformation. But again, this information is actually true, guys. Yes, the IRS is saying that you need to be mindful of putting the right amount of tips that you receive on a daily basis from your restaurant jobs or any other jobs where you receive different tips. You need to make sure you put down the current and correct information, because the IRS is going to be looking at this more closely moving forward. Now, again, reminding you guys that the IRS was initially told the American people that they were only going after the rich. They were saying that this new influx of 87,000 IRS agents were only going to be going after the rich and famous, the wealthy individuals, the ones that continue to avoid paying their fair share to this economy. So again, we are seeing something totally different. So anyways, guys, you definitely want to be mindful of this information, especially if you or someone you know receives tips on a daily basis from her employer. Also, guys, we also want to let you know about the latest information that the IRS put out, some information on the guidance around whether or not you're going to have to pay taxes on those state stimulus checks or those relief checks that you received last year. Yes, guys, the new updated information from the IRS, which is some good news, by the way, they are telling us that they have come up with and made their final decision that those state checks, those relief checks, those stimulus checks, you don't have to pay taxes on those, guys. Yes, we initially thought about doing it, but we realized that we told you a long time ago that we would never tax you on it. So now we actually have to stand up in regards to what we've already told the American people, which is they will not be taxing all of those different types of state stimulus checks or state rebate checks. As you can see in this article, it says that the IRS says many state rebates aren't taxable at the federal level, but the bad news is some may actually face a little bit of taxable income on a state level, but that would just depend on what particular state that you actually live in, guys. But anyways, the IRS on Friday issued federal tax guidance on millions of Americans who received those state rebates or state payments in 2022, and taxpayers in more than a dozen states won't need to report these payments on their federal tax returns. Again, the agency said taxpayers in California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Idaho, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island won't need to report these stimulus payments on their federal tax returns. Again, that is some good information, and we are glad to see that the IRS is standing behind exactly what they initially told the American people. And yes, guys, you do not have to claim these payments on your tax return. So again, guys, we have a little bit of bad news from the IRS, and then we have just a little bit of good news from the IRS as well. But you still need to keep your eye out on them, guys, because they are just crooked. You definitely want to pay attention to exactly what they're doing out there. But moving on, guys, we also have some information in regards to when exactly you can expect to receive your tax refund this year. As you can see right here on this huge chart that we have right here, which is so beautiful, is talking about the date that they actually receive your tax return for 2022. We can tell you exactly when you can expect to actually receive your tax refund, whether you're going to receive a paper check or either a direct deposit check. The good news is that if you do it by direct deposit, you'll get it about a week earlier than you would if you select to receive a paper check. Now, I won't go over all of these, but you can see right here on the screen. Go ahead and take a screenshot of it. But this is some accurate information directly from the IRS's website. So you definitely want to pay attention to this information if you are going to be filing a 2022 tax return. So anyways, guys, moving on, we do have some other information that we are definitely worried about. We are worried about because this continues to keep happening. And the biggest question is, when will it ever end, or will it actually end? Yes, we recently talked about the latest mass shooting that ended up happening in Michigan, where 3 students at this Michigan college ended up getting shot, and they didn't make it, guys, unfortunately. Yes, guys, it says right here in this article, 3 students and a suspect are dead after the Michigan State University shooting. Now, again, like I said, this happened earlier last week, so be mindful of that. We haven't had a latest one, but this is the main one that we talked about previously, the Michigan State University mass shooting. So again, guys, why does this keep happening? Can we ever stop this? Will this continue to happen? These are just all of the questions that the American people want to know. And they want to know is, if they go ahead and ban all machine guns and banning all guns altogether, will this actually stop mass shootings? Well, according to statistics, guys, it will not stop these mass shootings. However, it could slow it down just a little bit, but not necessarily to be effective enough. But anyways, guys, those are just some of the unanswered questions. But again, guys, this continues to keep happening. And we can see right here, guys, some good information in regards to that Michigan State University. They have been receiving a ton of donations, and the university came out and said that they wanted to use those donations to help pay for some of the shooting survivors. They wanted to pay for their medical bills. So this is some good information in regards to what Michigan has decided to do with these donations that have been pouring in tremendously, which is some good news, guys, because a lot of times these particular things go unanswered and they end up getting ignored. A lot of times people just get numb to the idea every time they hear about a mass shooting. So I am glad to see that a lot of us are not necessarily numb to this particular situation, even though we have already had a ton of other mass shootings this year. And according to the latest data, guys, it says right here that there have actually been 71 mass shootings in the United States this year alone. And the sad part is, guys, we are only 6 weeks into this year. Yes, guys, this is crazy. 3 students were shot to death and 5 critically injured before a gunman took his own life on Monday at Michigan State University. It was the first mass shooting at a U.S. school this calendar year. But nationwide, there have been a total of 71 mass shootings this year to date. There has not been any year that we've had 67 in 6 weeks this early in the year, according to Mark Bryant, which is the executive director of Gun Violence Archives. But yes, guys, he said this information on Tuesday, and this is just very frightening, guys. When will it ever stop? But anyways, guys, like I said, will this ever stop? Will it just continue to happen? And what can we do as American citizens, as American people, as the government, as the federal government, as the gun violence, as the gun laws in this country? What can we do? Can we change them? Will they affect things? Will they change things? Or will nothing change at all? We are talking about these mass shootings in the United States, guys. And so far, we are already at 71 year to date in 2023. So again, guys, be prayerful of those individuals related to the Michigan State University, as well as all of the other 71 mass shootings that have happened this year alone. Keep them in your prayers in the meantime. Also continue to pray for those individuals in Ukraine and Russia who continue to lose their lives on a daily basis because of this unprovoked war that is going on right now, guys. So keep them all in your prayers. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed all of this information in this video today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below, because there are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel, and it's totally free to you, as well as some other opportunities for you to receive things like some free stocks, as well as a free Amazon Prime membership for 30 days, and a few other things that you may be interested. But again, check those links out down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.